All right, meow, and a very Merry Christmas to everyone, VOD friends, lurkers. Hope you got to eat your roast beast, open all the presents, do the holiday things. If you don't celebrate Christmas, well, you know, it's Wednesday, so have a good hump day, you know. So we're picking up where we left off from yesterday. This is Mono Steel Rad Red 4.1. We could fight Surge, but there's several things I can get in Celadon, such as Play Rough, Psychic, several evolutions, various items. So we're gonna go to Celadon. We're gonna do all the things there, aside from fighting Erica, because you know you can't beat Erica until later. So we'll do that. We'll come back. We'll beat Surge. We'll fly back to Celadon. We'll beat Erica. It is a shorter stream today because I need to finish dinner, and I would have had to do like a very large BRB to take care of dinner. So I figured I would just cut the stream shorter today by an hour. It's Christmas, so it probably would be less impactful by having one less hour, you know. I hope you all are doing well. Let's get back to what we were doing. I just have to do like one or two more things. All right, let's see. We need to find a different one, just for now at least. We'll just start this one at the beginning. There we go, okay. Oh, I did still forget something. Crap. I am not looking forward to Blaine. I'm likely gonna borrow the advice from a friend who was like, oh, just set Sandstorm turn 1 and that'll make it easier. I do have heat proof on at least one Steelmon, so that will help with the fire damage, but it's still gonna be a doozy of a fight, you know? All right, very good. So, yes. This is more or less fine. I suspect Picnicker Caitlyn is gonna be difficult because she has a choice scarved Smeargle, and the gimmick is a contrary Spinda, so all the moves make it more powerful. And then it's gonna be Dragon Ascent, which is flying, Close Combat, which is fighting, or V Create, which is fire. So it's gonna be a bit of a difficult one. If I don't have a way to deal with that Spinda, I might get stuck on that. I think I'm gonna try to use Lucario because Aura Sphere and Vac Wave. We also have Hitchcock for either the Spinda and or the Liepard. Liepard also has a Focus Sash. We can Fake Out. Aerial Ace is gonna do some work. Aerial Ace again. Aerial Ace again. Very nice. Love to see it. Berserker is actually kind of good. Yeah, it's relatively slow, but it's got a priority move. It's got two priority moves. You have Bullet Punch and Fake Out. It can be immune to crit, and it can also have Tough Claws, so any contact damage does more. Any contact move does more damage. Ah, the para. Okay, we'll go into Carnivine. Immune to ground. Because Levitate, that's huge. Sevi Carnivine is going to be putting in a lot of work. Ah, the para. It's okay though, we're pretty slow, so it doesn't matter that much. Okay, we want to go into Hitchcock. We're gonna do a big old drill pack. Normally, I try to use defog and surge because electric terrain is an issue, but flyers typically learn defog, so Corviknight is not going to be the play there. There's several steel types that aren't flying, such as I think Sizor, that can get defog, so that will absolutely be coming to the fight. So I have a way to get rid of the electric terrain without taking super effective damage. Fake out. Bullet punch, very nice. Bullet punch again. Bullet punch again. Bullet punch again. Very nice. Eel. 2 people were parried. I didn't feel like dealing with it. Fake out. No matter what, this is gonna hurt because everyone's steel. So I think we go Hitchcock. We don't love that. Yeah. The vast majority of steel types are attackers, so it's gonna be a rough one, as it were. Let's just go Aura Sphere. We do have speed. Save. Well, save. Fake out. Yeah. Ah, we avoided it. Very nice. For me, Christmas went well. I more or less knew what I was getting. There were a few small surprises, but I prefer that. Making scallops in the crock pot. It's very similar to the recipe I do for the chicken stew. I've added to it over time. Yoink. Lord willing, VOD friends, lurkers, everyone is having a great Christmas and or a great Wednesday. And that you didn't get kidnapped by Krampus and put into a simulacrum until next year to make sure you're on good behavior. I'll be watching Krampus and Die Hard, as even though Die Hard is apparently a Hanukkah movie, a Jewish person explained it to me, I will still be watching Krampus and Die Hard as it is a tradition. I don't think the raid den has anything I need. Shelmet is Exceligor, so we don't take that. We will check the raid den though. Okay, no steel here, that's fine. That makes my job easier. We will take a gander at the old raid dens though. I think I looked at most of them. We'll also squeeze in some Palace Cats because, you know, it's a big deal. Let's see. So we got, I think, to here. All right, so technically Pharaoh Seed and technically Earthworm, but both of those will naturally show up, so I don't need to do a raid den for it. I'm gonna have to look up where to get Goomy normally, because I'm pretty sure I don't need the raid den for it, you know? Okay, let's see. Really? Oh, I see. So yeah, if I want it earlier, I will have to do the raid den. Otherwise, I can only get it at the game corner. So we actually do want to do one of the raid dens. We want the Route 12 raid den for a Hisuian Sliggoo. Okay. We already have a Duraldon. And we're not going to be going the fire route, because in this cycling road and the route below it is sand and rain respectively. The opposing side is ice and fire respectively. I am not taking a steel monotype through fire if I can help it, you know? Okay, Mount Moon, Registeel. I've never been able to use any of the Reggies before, so I'm probably going to try to make a point to use Registeel at some point in the run. In fact, let's take a gander at Registeel and see what we're looking at. I pulled that up because that's all the steel type that can use defog. So, Registeel, you are very slow, which of course is expected. Clear body is not that great. Relatively low offensive stats, which I suppose is not unexpected. Maybe it has something really interesting. Okay. It already has really high defense, so I probably wouldn't go Curse, though that would be a way to buff its attack stat. I would probably end up going Iron Head. Actually, no. I would end up going Double Iron Bash because it's 2 chances to flinch and higher base power. So, Double Iron Bash, Body Press because it scales off of attack defense. Maybe a punch move for like better coverage. I was hoping it'd have like a really fun, interesting signature move. I guess Double Iron Bash is Registeel's like thing, you know? Yeah, that, I gotta say, Registeel, very underwhelming. It doesn't even have a good ability. Clear body is just so like, oh, okay, I guess I'm not getting intimidated, you know? Alright. So we're just gonna make our way what we were doing. We need the Slagoo when we get to Route 12. Save, because it's been a minute. Very good. Weakness policy, super underrated. If you can survive the hit, it will actually put you in a really good place. I remember I used to watch an Aussie streamer who would do Rad Red, and one of his monotypes was Steel, and he went with Aegislash with weakness policy. Aegislash is, of course, the Ghost Steel Pokemon that it changes stances from like attack to defense. So you take a hit in like defense mode, it doesn't do a lot of damage. It triggers weakness policy, so it does a fuck ton of extra damage, and then it just like one hits everything. HQ, I am indeed here. I am only streaming for 2 hours today because it would mess up making Christmas dinner. I am indeed here. I am glad I'm able to make your Age of Empire experience better. I know I hate having to think if it can be helped. I am doing well. Christmas, we're mostly celebrating Christmas tomorrow because Mom worked today, but it's been good. I was able to sleep in. We opened some of the presents. I'm making scallops in the crock pot. I more or less started off with like a recipe for scallops, and then it transitioned into my chicken stew recipe, but with scallops instead. Thank you for asking. I hope you, your sister, and all your cats are thriving, and that no air raid sirens have messed up your life. We're taking a detour to Celadon. That will afford us some Pokemon that will make Mono Steel Surge easier. Then we'll fly back to Celadon and fight Erica. After I'm done streaming, I'll have my dinner. I'll watch Krampus. I'll watch Die Hard. Yes, kind of. Let me actually pull up what scallops technically are. I know Jews can't have shellfish, so it wouldn't be something that you'd be able to eat anyways. Yes, scallops are bivalve mollusks. So yeah, they are very much a shellfish. Oh, okay, that's fair. But yeah, I really like scallops. So I bought like 2 12-ounce bags of scallops. I made a seasoning rub for them. I then threw mushroom, onions, celery, squash, and onion. I then took like a stick of butter, some white wine, some chicken stock, and then melted it down and poured it over the mix. Throw it in the crock pot for 3 hours, and then I'll make it over couscous because I'm not gonna wait about 30 minutes for water to boil so the pasta can cook. That is wholly understandable. Nothing wrong with being an abomination. It's a good bit of fun. In fact, it's fun for the whole family. We're gonna continue making our way to Celadon. There's some Pokemon I need to get, like Ferrothorn, because Grass Steel is gonna be useful in some fights. I'm worried about Misty rematch because there's only 2 Fire Steel types in the game, and I'm gonna more or less have to bring a Mega that's not gonna be able to hold a Resistance Berry. Okay, so I have an electric stovetop, and when I make pasta, it usually takes like multiple quarts of water to like hold all the pasta, and that much water takes time to boil. Whereas when I make couscous, it's 1 cup of couscous, 1.5 cups of water. 1.5 cups of water takes like 5 minutes to boil. So pasta probably takes about 45 minutes to cook once you factor in boiling time, whereas it takes me about 11 minutes for couscous to be done. Oh yeah, no, I don't doubt that. I reckon there was heck to pay when your family found out some of the things. Yeah, I hate that for you. Religious families, conservative backgrounds, when you break away from family values and such, it's not great. Thankfully, you weren't subjected to honor killings. I've seen quite a few videos of cases where Muslim man, because primarily honor killings happen within the Muslim community. Not to say they're representative of the Muslim community, but when an honor killing happens, they just so happen to be Muslim. So it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be a Muslim man and I'm gonna go to America or England or the West. I'm gonna have a family. Oh my God, the family that I'm raising in Western society wants to be Western. I'm not allowing them to be Western. Oops, I gotta kill them now. So yeah, I'm glad that for the most part, while there's been drama, it hasn't been to that level. And yeah, that is good. So how is the Age of Empires going? What civilization are you rocking as? All right, we're gonna fake out. We're gonna go into Hitchcock. Drill peck. Drill peck again. Drill peck again. We'll be using dual wing beat instead once we get there, because dual wing beat will break sash. Very nice. I don't have a clip command set up, but since you're watching the stream, you very well would be able to create a clip. All right, we want to fake out into bullet punch again, because Rock Fairy is 4 times weak to steel. I mean, yeah, I'll have to look up how to set up various commands. The only one I had to look up was how to do a shout out, and even then that's not really automated. Okay, we are getting to Picnicker Caitlin. She has a Choice Scarf Smeargle with a bunch of shenanigans, so this is not gonna be fun for no one. All right, we're gonna open with Lucario. We're gonna save. We're gonna try to beat her before the ad break. Okay, so we're gonna We're gonna Vac Wave because it's faster. It goes into Sneasler. Doesn't do a lot, sadly. We want to swap out into Hitchcock. V-Create was not ideal. Drill Pack kills. This is random move. I'm gonna go into Berserker. We're going to Fake Out. We are going to Bullet Punch. Spin is scary because that's contrary, which anytime its stats would go down, they go up. And it will more or less spam like close combat and become nigh unkillable. Thankfully, we have Lucario, and Aura Sphere probably kills, and it does. We're gonna Vac Wave. We die, feels bad, man. Ad Break is about to proc, so we'll finish this battle as soon as we come back from that. See you all shortly. All right, Meow, and we are back. I'm also gonna pull up some Palace Cats because they are very important. Let's see what we have. Oh, you'll find this one funny. It's also White Jesus because that's a thing in America. All right. I got this from the Monol Discord. It's known as Cult of the Palace Cat. I don't think I have any talent for voice acting. I do appreciate your kind words though, HQ. Yeah, I definitely do. I can do some voices. I'm not really gonna be able to imitate anyone, but I do find it a bit of fun to do some voice work. And by work, I mean poor imitations. But yeah, so absolutely adorable. God loves some Manuel. Yes, yeah, I would have to absolutely make up my own for that. Okay, let's see what else. This is Lev wishing us all a Merry Christmas. He's sitting on a log. He's an absolutely beautiful boy. He actually is back in his exhibit now, which is really nice. There's a picture of him from the other day. Yes, exactly. White Jesus is fine. Amon will be choosy about who they let hold them, you know? In fact, I'm gonna pull up the recent picture of Lev. This one. Sitting on a log. He looks like a powdered boulder, you know? Absolutely adorable. Yeah, they absolutely are getting around it. what is it? Necessity is the mother of invention, blah, blah, blah. Like, they're definitely evolving, you know? Yes, exactly. Powdered sugar on donut. Super adorable. But yeah, Lev's back in his exhibit, and we love that. Live, Lev, love, some might even say. We'll look at one more, and then we'll finish up the battle against Picnic or Caitlin. It's a smaller one, but that's an Iranian Meownwell. They are primarily orange because sand. Iran is very fiercely guarding of their Meownwell, so it is hard to get pictures of Iranian Meownwell. Yes, absolutely, baby friend. Super adorable. Looks like it rolled around in Cheeto dust, you know? Yes, regional variant, yeah. Technically, I think there's 2 recognized subspecies of Meownwell. Then there's like the 3rd one, but people think that the 3rd one is just like a regional adaptation rather than a 3rd proper subspecies. Super cute, big fan, love it. I actually titled that picture the Shia of Meownwell because, you know, Shia law and all that. So I thought that was a good bit of fun. Let's go back to dealing with Picnic or Caitlin. Yeah, maybe. All right, so tackle is not what I needed to do, but honestly, it did the trick. And now we have Lipard with Focus Sash. We're gonna hit it with an Uwu Nuzzle because Paralyze. Ideally, this doesn't kill me. It also breaks Sash because Iron Barbs. We eat our berry. I'm probably faster now, so we're gonna hit it with a Zing Zap. Or we're just gonna get hit again with Close Combat. So never mind. Hitchcock! Drill Peck. Very nice. I don't think there was anything on Route 10. Let's go. Oh, there is. Magnemite, right. So we will absolutely grab Magnemite. And there's like only one name for Magnemite. It's going to be Magneto. I actually, Magnemite, the Magneton line, was probably one of my favorite Pokemon when I was younger, and I had no idea how typings worked. And then I'm like, wait a second, why am I always fucking dying to ground? And it's like, oh, it's 4 times weak to ground. My brain was like, oh, I'm electric. I'm immune, and I'm like, no, you're stupid because it's fucking backwards, and it's 4 times weak. So it's like, All right, Magneto. Yes, very good. So let's check night. Okay, no one else. That's fine. We'll put it back in daytime. All right, we're gonna, I'm pretty sure, oh, it's a normal Pikachu, so it won't have Fake Out. Never mind. We'll just go Word Sphere. Carnivine. Boo! Okay, Togedemaru. We're gonna hit it with a fat Uwu Nuzzle. We're then gonna give it a Zing Zap and a Tackle. Lamau, you're dead. All right, very good. Let's see. So, I agree on your first point, HQ. I suspect the second part is not all metal is conductive. So, it doesn't have, the metal doesn't have to be specifically steel for it to be a steel type. They just probably figured it'd be easier to call all Pokemon that are metal steel instead of having to deal with like bronze, copper, steel, adamantium, etc. Yeah, it often doesn't make, like, there's some things that you can like make fit, but trying to apply like real life lore / real life logic to video game balance, Yes. Yeah, metal. Metal would have been better. I do agree. Okay, so there's several in here we want. We want Aaron. We want Pharaoh Seed. We also want Durant because he's very fast. There's also only one acceptable name for Durant. It's Kevin. And yes, Plant would have been better, but I guess back in the day it was like Captain Planet, Earth, Wind, Fire, Friendship, you know, like really simple concepts for children, because at the end of the day it is a kid's video game. Okay. Yoink. Okay, so I believe there is an NBA, aka basketball player named Kevin Durant. So that's why. Plant is not listenable in grass. I mean, grass is green, and that's like good enough. Especially since you have like Venusaur, Ivysaur, Bellsprout, all that stuff, you know? No. I mean, your feelings are absolutely valid, HQ. I'm just trying to postulate why Game Freak may have went the way they did with the typings. All right, we're gonna grab Durant. Once again, it's Kevin. The downside with Kevin is he has Hustle, which means more damage with less accuracy. Fucking cringe. Truant, also cringe. But Durant is quite fast, so he's not bad to have. He just cannot take a hit from fire or special. And then we want Pharaoh Seed. HQ, if you want to name any of the Pokemon, feel free to do so. That extends to anyone else who is currently in the chat. We'll leave Pharaoh Seed for now. Any of the Pokemon that aren't named can be named. Let's check Night. I think that's realistically everyone that's in here. Yes, it is. Okay, good. So we'll go back to day. We'll save because it's been a minute. We're gonna go Aurasphere. We are gonna go Hitchcock! Yes, we absolutely could do a holiday theme for it. All right, this is, I did not need that. Okay. Let's check. We already have the Aeolin Sandslash. Well, Sandshrew, because we don't have Ice Stone yet. So we can check Night. Yeah. So what are you thinking for Lucario? My friend's headcanon for Lucario is he looks like a Z fighter from Dragon Ball and the whole aura thing. I can't have Litwick because it's Fire Ghost and this is Mono Steel. Okay, we're gonna just go Aurasphere and then Vac Wave. Yeah. We want to get out of that. We'll go into Carnivine. No flinches, very good. We'll go Bulldoze. Bulldoze again. Bulldoze again. We have to fight one of them. Let's go Aurasphere. Aurasphere again. We'll go... This is not ideal. Let's just go Berserker. Fake out into Bullet Punch. Bullet Punch, Bullet Punch. For the Lucario, I do like extra virgin olive oil. Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, so we want to go Aurasphere, Vac Wave. We want to go Carnivine, Metal Claw, Bite because it's psychic. Don't care about Toxic Spikes because they can't be poisoned. Okay, gotcha. I was not sure. By default, I take everything at face value. It's definitely a problem. All right, we got Carnivine. We don't really care about Stealth Rocks because I can probably just sweep with Carnivine. Very nice. Frostbite doesn't matter too much because I'm a physical attacker. We grab Rock Slide. Very pog. Big fan. No Steel here. Heal because it's been a minute. Okay, so... Oh, is it? Okay, gotcha. I appreciate the heads up. Lucario. Trying to think of something funny for Lucario. So I know. It's gonna be funny to me. Jucario. And the reason why it's funny to me is because A, it sounds like Jew, and second of all, it makes me think of a image macro of Chewbacca with like the Hasidic Jew hair, and it's Chewbacca. And then you also have Jiu-Jitsu, which is a ninja with like throwing dreidels. Yeah, Minario would work too. So, yeah, we're going with Lucario for now. I think it's funny. I like puns. All right, so we got Rock Slide. We can go Aurasphere. Well, Vac Wave. Rock Tomb because Bug's weak to rock. And Bug doesn't resist rock, which is actually kind of weird. Aurasphere again. We'll go Aurasphere again. I specifically did not use Lucario in fighting because I wanted to bring Lucario to E4 for this. We will go Rock Tomb. Ouch, feels bad. I got burnt. There's probably a terrible joke in that I'm not gonna make. As soon as we come back from the ad break HQ, I will honor your request. Okay, Togedemaru, we'll go Zing Zap because we're faster. We'll go Zing Zap again. Zing Zap again. Ad break is about the proc. See you all soon. Okay. right, meow, and we're back. So, HQ, tell me about the cat you want me to look up / look at. All right, so let's see. No. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. I think we go Mom, I'm sorry, Billy speaks, because we did catnip yesterday. All right, let's see. What do we have at night? No steal at night. Okay. So yeah, that's fine. We'll save and let's pull it up. Yeah, we will do Mom, I'm sorry, Billy speaks. Oh, okay. We can save the other two for a future redeem. Let me pull up the one I decided to go with. All right. All right. So no idea what this is yet. We're certainly gonna find out. No, yeah, I got that. Talking cat says, so the cat's telling someone to take it. Yeah. Yep. All right, so let's see what this is. Oh, I love its white paws. Super adorable. Ha! I love that. Oh, very clever.
Oh, no, you didn't ouch me. That was fine. But thank you for asking.
Huh.
Mom, no ouch.
This is really clever. I love this. Is this what you're trying to do for your cats? Oh. That was super wholesome. You know what? That reminded me of, I'm sure you've heard of the video game. It's done well. Baldur's Gate 3. Turn-based classic RPG. I bring it up because I haven't played Baldur's Gate 1 or 2, but it's from the same company that did another series of classic role-playing games called Divinity Original Sin and Divinity Original Sin 2, the sequel, of course. And in that, there's a talent that you can take called Pet Pal that lets you talk to animals. And I finally bought Baldur's Gate 3 during this Steam sale because it's on sale. And they carried over Pet Pal. They called it something else, but it lets you talk to animals. And as I've been playing through the game, I've had several opportunities to talk to animals. And this Billy Speaks made me think of that. So that is awesome that this is a thing. It gives me even more respect for cats, and that is a great use of like technology, you know. So it's hella dope. Love it. And thank you for the suggestion. We will absolutely watch the other one the next time you want to do a redeem for that. So thank you, HQ. I appreciate that. And I'm glad that was something you cared about and you saw fit to share it with me. And we were able to experience that together. All right, back to Pokemon. Save again, because it's been a minute. Alright, we like never use acro because holding items is really strong, but sometimes acro just does a lot of damage, you know. Also, oh, sorry, cat. Yeah, cat be doing cat things. Which cat is with you right meow? We have to fight this guy. Okay, we'll go Aura Sphere and then Vac Wave because it never has priority moves. We will go into Berserker, Fake Out into Carnivine. Go into Berserker again. That was awkward. Gonna go into Toga to Maru. Hit it with a tackle. Hit it with a Zing Zap. Hit it with a Zing Zap. Hit it with a Zing Zap. Very good. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Alright, let's make our way to Celadon. That's Psychic Noise, which is useful because it lets you disable healing moves like Drain Punch, Slack Off, Recover. Okay, Route 7. I don't think there's any steel types, but I still want to check. No steel types. Okay. And we're below. We're still at the old level cap, so that's why we're getting Mon that are higher level than us. We grab Loaded Dice, not that I have any multi-hit moves right now. There's no steel EV, so that doesn't matter. We want to go grab Dual Wing Beat and several Pokemon right here. We always skirt the bottom edge because I don't want to take that double battle. They have fire Pokemon, and they're significantly higher level than I am. Dual Wing Beat. We grab Fly. If we didn't have Poke Rider, Fly is a great pickup, but you can't use Fly until you beat Surge. There's like, I think 4 Pokemon here we can grab. So we're gonna grab Escavalier. It's a useful Pokemon for Sabrina because it's super slow, and Steel/Bug are very effective against Psychic and Fairy. We want to grab Orthworm. There's only one name for Orthworm. There was a cartoon series that I knew of when I was younger named Earthworm Jim. So Orthworm is Jim. Also, Orthworm has a special ability called Earth Eater. Steel loses to ground. It's immune to ground. So you only have to worry about fighting and fire. He also has a really dopey face, kind of like Clodser. It's honestly really wholesome. We want to grab Skarmory because it has Sturdy. So basically, poor man's Focus Sash. It can also have Weak Armor, which every time it's hit, it will lower its defense, but it will double its speed. So that's huge considering it has a base 140 defense. It can get hit quite a few times and then outspeed a lot of stuff. So it's absolutely a grab. That being said, Skarmory isn't as good as Corviknight because Corviknight is a 3-form evolution, but Corviknight doesn't get Sturdy, so it's a trade-off, you know? We already have a Pineco, so we don't need Fortress, but we absolutely grab Scyther because I'm using Scizor in Mono Steel. I specifically saved Scizor for Mono Steel. All right, hell yeah, love to see it. We can go back to daytime. One of the things we really needed in Celadon was a good physical fairy move for Tinkaton. So that's gonna be Play Rough. I love that he makes a mom joke. He'd be like, yo, I'm gonna teach you a good move. The move is Play Rough. Kinda like your mom in bed. Very, very classy. Thank you, Supercell. Very cool. Big fan. 10 out of 10. So that's gonna be huge. I'm gonna get rough and rowdy with these fellas. Then we want to go to floor 4 because we need various evolution items. Ice stone for sand shrew. And then we want metal coat, 2 metal coats, because I need one for Sizor and I need one for another Pokemon that I'm currently forgetting because I'm stupid. No, not yet. We can get that one after. We're not going to be able to use it until we beat Erica anyways. So, realistically, I think that was all. Oh, I know what we needed. We needed tea because we want to be able to get dream patches and we want to be able to get psychic from Mr. Psychic's house. So that's absolutely the last thing we needed here. It's also really funny thinking about the fact that you're getting like a cup of hot tea and then like 6 different guards in transit areas in the whole game are basically just gonna have straws for this really tiny cup of tea, and then they're gonna huddle around drinking it. Thank you. I suppose it's inspired from when Jesus did the fish and the bread for all the people, and it's just like a bottomless cup of tea, you know? Okay, so Mr. Psychic, thank you kindly. We want to grab dream patches. We'll grab about 20. That way we can change up what we have throughout the fights. And that's realistically fine. So now we'll go back and get ready for Surge. I think we have all the Pokemon we can realistically get. Okay, so we go back to Vermilion. Let's start sussing out how we're beating Surge. Okay. We are bringing Togedemaru because it's a free swap on electric because it has motor drive. I might bring Berserker because it does have Fake Out. Hitchcaw. It's definitely not coming in. As much as I like Defog, we're not bringing a flying type to Surge. I've already done mono flying, so I know how painful it was. Duraludon is it's incredibly tanky, but I do have to worry about Flame Burst from Manectric, and I have to worry about Mudshot from Vikavolt. Carnivine is a maybe. It is immune to ground, but at the same time, it also has very little special defense. So we'll think about that. The ones we know that are not coming to the fight are Hitchcaw and probably Berserker and Jucario. So that leaves us with 3 slots. We 100% want Tingatuff because that's going to be my answer to Pawmot. Focus Sash Pawmot with Iron Fist is going to do major damage. It also has a priority move. I think we bring Scyther because I want Defog, and there's only 1 fire move on this whole team. So that leaves 1 slot open. Let me check a few things. Okay. So Excadrill is not going to be faster than the Manectric. And we don't have any Sandstream Mon, so we do not get sand for free. Okay. So if we're not doing that, What about the Aeolin Doug trio? There's only so many ground steel types that we have access to. Okay, 110. But Manectric is 135. So no one is ever outspeeding Manectric. Okay. But Aeolin Doug trio does get Sucker Punch, so that's more or less free damage. That being said, the double Intimidate is gonna suck, so I gotta have a different Pokemon come in and then do not be affected by the Intimidate, you know? That is where Clear Body would be nice. Okay, so I know it can learn Stomping Tantrum, so that's also an option. We're gonna have an ad break in about 10 seconds. I'm gonna continue prepping for Surge. I will see you all on the other side of the ad. All right, Meow, and we're back. Also, Probopass looks vaguely racist. Like one of those racist Disney caricatures from back in the day. We're not going to bring Probopass. I think we're going to have Excadrill, and we're going to have Aeolin Doug Trio because ground coverage, immunity to electric, plus the free swap on electric from Motor Drive on Togedemaru. I'm still not sure what else I'm gonna bring, but as much as I like Eviolite Duraludon, it has 50 special defense, so it would get another 30% of that. So let's just call it like 70 or like 60 something, and that's not ideal because aside from Pawmot, Surge's whole team is special. Okay, so we will 100% do those things. And we are back from the ad break. Hope you all have been enjoying your Christmas, that you've had your Nog, your Roast Beast, the presents didn't have explosives in them, and if it's just a Wednesday, that you're having the best hump day that you can. All right, so let's get everyone where they need to be. I also love that Doug Trio has glorious hair. It reminds me of the PC Master Race icon, which is a buff guy with flowing glorious hair. Okay, so we want Sucker Punch on Doug Trio. If it doesn't have it already, which it actually might, It does. Okay, that's fine. It is a physical attacker, so we're not gonna bother with special. We are gonna throw Rock Slide on it for typing coverage. We are gonna nix the Mud Bomb. We're going to give it Stomping Tantrum, Play Rough on Tinkaton instead of Covet. I might give it Dual Wing Beat just so I have something else for Vigavolt. No Bulldoze. U-turn isn't bad insofar as Togedemaru is quite fast, so it's another pivot option, you know. I'll also give it the Scyther for now instead of Fury Cutter. Rock Slide is 100% going to Drillbur and going to Tinkatuff. No one is weak to fighting here, so we can get rid of Rock Smash. Bad Tantrum 100% going to Dugtrio instead of Magnitude. I may keep Bulldoze for the speed control, but Mega Manetrix 135, so I don't know if -1 speed is enough to make me faster. Low accuracy on Iron Tail, I'm never using it, sadly. I feel like Supercell, he buffed the accuracy of a lot of moves and just legit forgot Iron Tail existed. Roost for a heal? Maybe. Actually, no. I have enough steel coverage, so that's fine. Defog on Sizor. We will keep Psycho Cut because it's another option for Manette for Palmont in case I don't get a clean swap. Defog to get rid of the terrain. No one can learn Psychic, feels bad. Dig is 2 turns, we're not going to use it. Iron Head, this is going to be quite nice. We'll give it to Carnivine over Metal Claw. We'll give it to Togedemaru over Nuzzle for now, since electric types can't be paralyzed. We'll also give it to Dugtrio over Bulldoze. Very good. I'm pleased to hear that your right hand has been liberated from Meowschwitz. Okay, nice. So we need to evolve Scyther. Yes, I'm also left-handed. That being said, because I am left-handed, a lot of things are coded for right-handed people. So I still use, like, the mouse right-handed. Sizor, very nice. Ooh, even better. I love that for you. We go Bullet Punch. Because it's a priority move. I think we do get rid of Dual Wing Beat. Actually, no. I'm not going to be outspeeding anyone, so I don't think I'm ever going to be able to pivot with U-turn. Okay, we can make that work. So we need to give Togedemaru back Motor Drive. I am still not sure what else I'm doing with Togedemaru, though. Type. No, not type. Name. There we go. Alright. No, not sturdy. Ability pills, yes. So Motor Drive is fine. Own Tempo, no. What does Tinkatuff currently have? Mold Breaker's not bad because it would actually let me hit Vigavolt through its, what's it called? Levitate. What's its hidden ability? I actually don't remember. It might not even have one. Not everyone does. It won't have any effect. So actually, I think I do go own tempo. Let me read this. Yeah, I think if it had occurred to me, I probably would do the mouse left-handed. Yeah, a lot of people. Oh boy. But yeah, there's a lot of people in history that have been left-handed, so you can absolutely cherry pick, like, oh yeah, Osama bin Laden and this guy and that guy. But pretty much everyone on my mom's side of the family is left-handed. It's weird. Sandvale's not gonna do anything for us. What about Dream Patch? Sand Force does not do anything for us either. So I guess we're just keeping Tangling Hair. Sadly, none of the moves that Manectric have are contact. We need to go Aqua Berry for fire because Flame Burst is still gonna do 2 times damage to us. Tinkatuff. We are going Citrus Berry. We're 2 levels off, so we're definitely not gonna be hitting hard. Actually, instead of that, I'm gonna go Pixie Plate to make sure Play Rough does as much damage as it can. Interesting. Especially the ginger part. I did not realize you were a ginger. Let's see. I don't think anyone in my family is a ginger. My grandma, she does dye her hair red, but she's definitely not a ginger. Okay, so for this, I'm probably just going Citrus Berry. Actually, no. I'm gonna go Cherry Berry because I can still be paralyzed, and that's cringe. Okay. Okay, so Carnivine, you're okay. Tinkatuff, you're also okay. We can definitely get rid of Flash Cannon for something else. Interesting that its middle form doesn't get Iron Head. It has a giant hammer, you think it would. I guess Rock Tomb for speed control. Realistically, Play Rough is all we need. Oh, we have Rock Slide already, so never mind. Yeah, that's not ideal. I guess we're just gonna stick with Flash Cannon because I don't have anything else for it. This needs a change. We'll go speed up, special down. Actually, no. We want damage. We want to make sure we kill the Manectric. So Adamant, Togedemaru, you have Motor Drive, which is fine. We're already gonna be outspeeding, so does Togedemaru get a ground move? I really need something ground if I'm gonna want to do any damage to Belly Bolt. Let me read this. That is a really large distribution. That makes me wonder if mother and father had ginger and left-handed recessives or dominants, and then it just happened to roll more likely than not, you know? Okay. Oh no. Make you go on a walk and get confused? That sounds horrible. Like, what the frick? Ugh, Iron Tail. Garbage. No. Yeah, it's just like, it's nothing, you know? Let me read this. Huh. Interesting. Gotcha. Yeah. Oh. Okay, yeah, I would absolutely miss my family too in that case. I'm sorry to hear you had to deal with that. No, yeah, I get the example. Okay, so I guess we're just gonna go attack up. Yeah, Adamant, Sizor, Technician is good. We're gonna go, we're gonna go Adamant again. Okay, we do want to bury. I'm trying to think, who am I using Sizor against? I'm gonna go Cherry so I don't get parried. And then Drillbur, I still need to turn you into Exadrill. 31, so we can give you 1 rare candy and you can evolve. I do like Exadrill. I think it's a really cool mon. Alright, Sandforce doesn't really do anything. We're not going to be outspeeding anyone realistically. Base 105, base 135. So we can once again go Adamant. We want to go Aka Berry because fire, not ideal. I think I go Citrus on Togedemaru. Exadrill, that's fine. Those moves do need to change. Yeah, it is definitely interesting. I don't know what my grandma's natural hair color was, but Mom, me, my half-sister, we all have dark hair. My mom's brother has blonde hair, so it's possible that Mom's bio-dad had blonde hair or was a recessive on someone else in the family. Yeah, they absolutely are. They do be weird. Bad Tantrum for Exadrill, so we got Home Claws, even though we'll probably never use it. We have Bad Tantrum, we have Rock Slide, and Iron Head is probably the last one it's gonna get. Yes. Okay. So we're just gonna double check everyone, and as soon as add procs and we come back from that, we'll fight Surge. So that's fine. This still is not great. I guess I'll just pick Charge because it does increase your special defense, and we'll get rid of Zing Zap. Okay, Tinkatuff, that's realistically as good as it's gonna get. Doug Trio, also as good as it's gonna get. Togedemaru, same thing. Realistically, that's gonna be fine. The biggest thing for that is Defog. Oh, I'll tell you about Bad Tantrum as soon as we come back from the ad break. I will see you all soon. VOD friends, lurkers, hope you're doing well. Hope you're enjoying the stream. You're having a great Christmas and or a normal Wednesday. To answer your question, HQ, there are some moves that their names are too long. So outside of Rad Red, Bad Tantrum is known as Stomping Tantrum. It's a ground move with 75 base power. If the move you used prior to using Stomping Tantrum would fail, Stomping Tantrum does double damage. So I protect, it fails because they swap. Stomping Tantrum is now 150 base power. Stomping Tantrum, aka Bad Tantrum, is the strongest single turn ground move I have access to. So until we get Earthquake, we be using Bad Tantrum. Yes, there are several other moves like that that are abbreviated. All right, so this is gonna take a few tries, but we're gonna get there. All right. I wanted to lead with Sizor, but I suspect when Pincurchin, who sets the terrain, sees it, he just swaps out so he can reset it later. So we need to make sure Pincurchin goes down before we defog. Defog gets rid of hazards and terrain. Go team. Okay. Love that. Now we need to get rid of the terrain. I'm thinking this is probably Manetric or Vikavolt. Let's see what it is. I mean, it could also be Palmot. Vikavolt, yep. Something funny about this, I have Mold Breaker, and I think it's gonna work this way because that's how it's supposed to work. Mold Breaker lets you hit a Pokemon regardless of its ability. So when I click Bad Tantrum, it needs to supposed to hit Vikavolt through its Levitate. Yes. Not amazing, but I think we are still faster. So we're gonna go Rock Slide, and I think this kills. Okay, huge. I think this is Manetric. Yes. Okay, so this is random move. It probably won't be able to select the 2 electric moves because they're random, because it would be, it would do nothing. So I'm gonna go into this thinking this is Flame Burst. I think I have to get the clean swap, so I'm just gonna go Bad Tantrum. Maybe the Akka Berry saves me. Double Intimidate is not ideal. Oh, that's right, I went Passo because I didn't want to be scalded by the, what's his nuts? Okay. So we're gonna go Dug Trio. We are going to Bad Tantrum, swaps into Belly Bolt, that's fine. It eats its berry. It probably wants to go Muddy Water here. I'm gonna Bad Tantrum again. Muddy Water being 85 accuracy. Love that it missed. Bad Tantrum again. Belly Bolt down. Bad Tantrum again. Akka Berry, please save me. It does. Bad Tantrum and Sucker Punch I think will kill. Electric Terrain went away on its own, so that's actually kind of nice. It did not do enough damage. That's fine though, because we have Tinkatuff with Fake Out. We have Fake Out into Play Rough. It's gonna Volt Switch into Pawmot. This will take Pawmot down to Sash. I don't think any of its moves kill here. I was wrong. That's fine. We have Togedemaru with Ironhead. Or not. I was wrong. I hate that for us. Okay, that's fine. I don't think I'm holding Akka. So this is awkward. Well, we live. So yeah, Surge down. Love to see it. Now we're off to punch Erica in the teeth. And we have a higher level cap, which is huge. So Surge down. That was basically Stolen Valor. Oopsie doopsies. Poopsie whoopsies. Eel. Save. New level cap. Hell yes. Alright. Love that. All right, so now we're gonna fly over to, well, we're gonna save, because I don't want to do that again. We're gonna head over to Celadon. Let's start prepping for Erica. I can't sweep, because if you're able to sweep, it usually involves a flying Pokemon, and they do Hone Claw, and then sweep with dual Wing Beat, using Roost to heal. Roost takes away your flying typing, so if I do that, I'm getting hit by high horsepower and Drain Punch. Super effective. So we don't get the sweep, which means I have to actually come up with a proper team that can kill, what's his face? Erica. But I might have a solution to that. Okay, so we're gonna take away everyone's items. We're gonna box everyone but one Pokemon. Then we'll reformulate the team. Okay, so we're gonna bring in... We're gonna bring in Skarmory because of weak armor. We are going to bring in... No. I wish I had a Goldengo. That would be a good swap for the, what's his face? Hisui and Electrode. Alas, we do not. So I think instead we use Togedemaru and we hold a normal berry so we don't die. I am bringing in Corviknight as well, aka Hitchcock! Alright, let's get them where they need to be and we'll adjust from there. Okay. $38, okay, good. So, we love to see it. Not so rare candy, we've kind of destroyed that market. Steel Wing isn't bad, but I don't really need Steel in every Pokemon, so that's fine. Let's see. What do you have? Oh, that's right. Dual Wing Beat. So where are you? The good old DWB. So we're more or less keeping that. Okay. And then also Skarmory gets Dual Wing Beat. What else do you have, Skarmory? Metal Sound, 85 accuracy is kind of terrible. And they can always swap out after the defense drop, so it's like, no. We are gonna stick with weak armor, and we're actually gonna go a speed up nature, so we get faster, quicker. That being said, we're not gonna be able to roost until we get rid of the, what's his nuts? Brain, words are hard. Rillaboom. Okay, so... I'm trying to think. I think we go Citrus Berry for generic healing since I'm not able to roost while it's alive. Togedemaru is the swap for what's his face? Electrode. Provided I actually have a move that I can hit it with. I do not seem to, so actually I'll swap in for the electric move, but I don't exactly have any moves I can use outside of that. We are gonna go Adamant as well. We're gonna be holding safety goggles so we can't get put to sleep. Hitchcaw is the answer to Mega Venusaur. Okay, good. So that leaves 2 slots open. Okay, let's see. Maybe Scyther. Because it's gonna have a bug move, you know? I'm not gonna outspeed though, which is kind of the problem. Actually, you know what? Sandshrew. We're gonna give it Ice Scales, and then we'll hold a normal berry so it doesn't die to explosion. Okay. I am gonna give it Swords Dance, where you keep Ice Shard because it's a priority move. No Furry Cutter. Iron Head because of the flinch. That's a big deal. I'm gonna give myself Snowscape if for some weird reason I can't get it back. Okay. Ice Stone. After this next ad break, we're gonna look at some more Paliscats, as is tradition. Sandshrew. Aeol and Sandslash. I really like Ice Steel. I think Ice anything is usually pretty sick, especially when they lean really into like one direction. So Ice Fairy loses 4 times the steel, but you got the Serene Grace, you got the Moonblast, you got the Ice Shard, you got the Freeze Dry, you got the Snow Warning. This is gonna be weak to ground, this is gonna be weak to fighting, this is gonna be weak to fire, but it's got some really dope moves. And it looks really sick compared to typical Sandslash, which is like a spiky poop, you know? Alright. None of his moves are gonna make contact, so I think I stick with what I already have, you know? We want to give him Ice Scales, which reduces special damage taken by half. And then we go Chilean Berry, because it's going to want to blow itself up in a video game, and will take less damage. And we're gonna go adamant because I need my ice shard to do as much damage as I can to try to kill the electrode. And then we do need to give it ice scale, so I think that's dream patch. Yes. I will work on the composition while ad break procs. We'll look at some more Palace Cats when we come back. VOD friends, lurkers, HQ. I hope you've been having a great day and I appreciate you spending it with me here. All right, Meow, and we're back. So let me pull up some more Palace Cats, more from the private stash, because there haven't been a lot of new ones, sadly. But that's fine. We don't worry about it. Also, what the frick game? I was gonna say. All right, so, no. We'll move that for now. I just heard a noise, and I don't know what that was. So maybe I just clicked something wrong. But all right, so let's see, more Palace Cats. This is a fun one. It is a video. It's L. He is a male Palace Cat married to Minya, and Minya is very shy. L is he's doing some chittering, and I think y'all will enjoy it. No sound, sadly. We'll also have to refresh, because of course we will. He's such a round boy. You can tell this was taken in the winter as well. We'll let it play through at least once to get the full effect. I don't know what he's doing. He's probably doing the thing. But, yeah. He looks very silly. He probably has a lot to say. Yeah, I feel like there's definitely some X involved. Maybe the Flemmer's response, as you like to call it. And these are provided by Meow53. I think it just looped. So yeah, we'll go through it again. I love when they also do that giant yawn with like one side of the face and then the other side of the face, you know? I mean, maybe it's not that, but either way, I know you're involved with the science behind cats, so I figured you of all people would be able to appreciate it. It is a shame there's no audio, but we aren't always blessed with audio in our mono videos. Let's see, what else do we have? This one's fun because it's Bull and Polly. Polly's getting fed and then she does a drive-by on Bull out of nowhere. And this would be at Nasu Animal Kingdom in Japan. I love that they're actually getting along together. And they're heckin' chonkers. So yeah, this is Polly being fed. I love when she gets tall. She even did a mlem. Now she's gonna drive by and knock Bull off the stump because don't get in the way of an angry kitty who's hungry. Also, I'm sorry to hear that you just hurt your knee. That is not ideal. 0 out of 10. Do not love. Yeah, she literally just threw paws at Bull. Bull's sitting there on his stump contemplating life. And she's like, "Meow." We'll let it play through one more time, then we'll do one more video. Yes, absolutely misplaced violence. Like, she's always starting shit with Bull. It's kind of annoying. But at the end of the day, they are wild animals, so I mean, I get it. Those mlems. I love it. Truly some of God's finest creatures. Alright, then we'll do one more. Oh, this is a new one. And by new, I mean new to me. So Iris is one of the Flower 5. Iris, Lotus, Primula, Olivia, and Honey, I believe. No, and Grusha. Right, so no Honey, I apologize. But this is Iris getting some enrichment with cardboard boxes. And these are taken by... The handwriting's in cursive, so I have no clue what it says. Sadly, no audio. But yeah, Iris is living his best life. Yes, scratching post. Yeah, you absolutely could. It's probably something you could do for your cat's quote-unquote birthday. So adorable. Very floofy. I personally don't like the name Iris because the first Iris I knew was a real POS. But I'm coming around to Iris the Palace Cat. You know, such a beautiful boy. Once again, truly some of God's finest creatures. And I hope we get many more years out of all the Palace Cats. Because we need more. Stat. He looks so happy. I love it. I think now that I can actually read it, it's Ami Manuel, probably on Twitter, Instagram, etc. I'm not going to. I'm not going to spill the tea. Sorry. The less said about that one, the better. All right. Yeah. Alas. All right. We need to get our safety goggles from from Rock Tunnel. Then we're gonna take on Erica. All right. I love that Corviknight flies behind me. Yes, thank you. Much appreciated. boundaries are important. Hitchcock! Feels right at home. Safety goggles, fuck yeah. So no sleep powder for us. That means Corviknight is, well, Hitchcock is my answer to Venusaur. We need to figure out what I'm giving Jucario. Probably, let's see. It's likely gonna go knockoff. And then if it doesn't, it's gonna go Icicle, Triple Axle, Flower Trick, or the Poison move. So I think I hold an item to force the knockoff because I will resist it. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna go, not Punch Glove. I think it's the one that, like Black Belt, whatever one does fighting damage. Yes. We're never gonna outspeed what's-his-face, so we're relying on the priority move to do the damage we need. I'm not sure if I'd ever get me first off. Probably not because I don't outspeed. So I think we stick to Vacuum Wave, we keep Aura Sphere. We can probably get rid of Rock Tomb and Thunder Punch though. Okay, let's see. Oh, we can give Play Rough to Berserker as well, just in case we end up in a position where we want to have it as a utility. I think I'm gonna grab Ice Punch instead of Thunder, since Grass loses to Ice. Gonna go U-turn instead of Aerial Ace. Fake Out and Bullet Punch is pretty much what we're relying on to deal with the Meganium. We're also gonna go Aqua Berry because HP Fire. We don't want that if it can be helped. And that's perfectly fine. That's realistically fine as well because Meowscarada is a physical attacker. I'm gonna threaten with Rock Slide in case it wants to try to go Triple Axle. Okay, we can make this work. Save, because it's been a minute. Double check their stats. That's realistically fine. This is realistically... Oh, you do need an item. Okay. I don't want to be in against that, so I think we go Akka as well, just in case. Okay. Yeah, that... Oh, that is not right. Okay. I am glad we checked. We'll give it Roost, just so we have a healing move after we get rid of Rillaboom. So it's gonna be dual Wing Beat. It's gonna be Roost. Let's save, because it's been a minute. It'll be Home Claws, provided it can learn it. Okay. It does not. Maybe it gets Workup. It does not? Okay, I hate that for us. Wow. So yeah, Skarmory is not gonna be sitting pretty. It doesn't have the ability to do any form of setup. So I guess we're just hoping that... Yeah, that is super disappointing. So yeah, it'll be dual wing beat, it'll be roost, it'll be, I guess, agility. Let's see if there's anything else we can give it. We have an ad break in just under 3 minutes. I'll try to warn you. We'll take on Erica when we come back from the ad break. Alright, let's start clearing the trash to Erica. That is absolutely something we can be doing, right? Meow. Some of the trainers she has are actually relatively difficult. There's a Ferrothorn with like Leech Seed, Thunder Wave. Someone will set up either spikes or stealth rocks. I believe the Ferrothorn has Rocky Helmet and Iron Barbs. There's a Tentacruel with Scald that loves to spam Barrier. So it's very spicy in not even a good way. Go team. Hitchcock is gonna be doing some work here, and boy do we love that for him. Okay. So, honestly, I think I'm gonna go for Home Claws. That's not ideal. We're gonna go into Skarmory. We're gonna go Iron Head, Tentacruel. It's gonna force the swap, so I'm just gonna go dual Wing Beat instead. I'm grateful we didn't get the burn. It went double Scald instead of setting up a barrier, so that's better. Iron Head again. We gotta eat rocks from someone. I don't love that. We're gonna go Aura Sphere. And we're gonna go Ice Punch. Ice Punch again. This is probably Fake Out. Okay, nicely done. Ad procs in about 5 seconds. As soon as we come back from the ad, we're taking on Erica. All right, Meow, we're back. This is probably gonna take a few tries, but maybe we get lucky. And similar to Surge, we first try it. The reason why I'm so reticent about it being a first try is the fact that I don't have Home Claws on Skarmory, so I can't buff and sweep like I would with Talonflame, Ninjask, or any other flyer that has access to Dual Wing Beat, Roost, and Home Claws, and isn't a type that when it loses its flying typing isn't 2 times weak to High Horsepower or Drain Punch. All right, Meow, go team. Also, I like Erica less. I remember there was a run where I talked to her again and she was like something, I only like pretty Pokemon, and I lost respect for her because I didn't realize she was so shallow. So I'm gonna set fire to your garden, Erica. What do you think about that? Okay, Rillaboom, we're gonna go Dual Wing Beat, swaps out, goes into Electrode. Okay, it's gonna take neutral damage. This is probably Thunderbolt. So we are gonna go into Sand Slash. Ice Scales, very huge. Okay, please be enough. It is. No explosion, we love that. So one of the bigger threats down, the reason why that Hisuian Electrode is so scary, it has Reckless, it has Chloroblast, it has Life Orb. It does dummy damage. Okay, so now it's Rillaboom again. This is 100% Drain Punch or High Horsepower. We need to preserve Hitchcock for Venusaur. Oh, did I not give it? Oh no, I never gave it weak armor. That's a sell. Oh well, it's fine. We can do a Wing Beat again. We can do a Wing Beat again. Okay, Rillaboom down. We can absolutely... This is going to be Sleep Powder because I don't have safety goggles. We swap in Hitchcock. You can't do anything to me, and I love that for us. Oh no. All right. We're gonna Home Claws. It can Giga Drain, but it's not gonna be super effective. I'm gonna try to get at least one more Home Claws in because I know Venusaur is quite bulky. Okay. Meganium, this is probably Hidden Power Fire, or it's gonna wanna go for the Omni Boost from Ancient Power. HP Fire, yep. Saw that coming. Huge, very powerful. Love to see it. This is probably Knockoff or Triple Axle. So we're gonna go into Jicario. U-turn. Okay. Back into Venusaur. This is Sleep Powder or Earth Power. We go into Dual Wing Beat, and now it's more or less gonna cycle between these two Pokemon. This is realistically Triple Axle. Could also be U-turn. We go back into Jicario. We go back into Hitchcock. We do a Wing Beat again. We stay in. We do a wing beat again. We stay in. We do a wing beat again. Erica down. You shallow POS. I've destroyed your garden, and I don't even respect you enough to fight you again for the ogre pawn. Erica down. Now we have a bunch of moves and Pokemon to get, because beating Erica opens up Game Corner. And tomorrow we'll get through Game Corner. It'll be back to the normal hours. So that will definitely be enough to go from Game Corner to probably Silphco. Depends on how bad Geo 1 is. Steel loses to ground, Steel loses to fire, Steel loses to fighting. Giovanni 1 has those in spades. So it's definitely not gonna be an easy Geo 1. Alright. Save, because I don't want to do that again. Eel. So we are grabbing... We grab a Beldum. A, because it's always used for us to grab Assault Vest, Focus Sash, and Safety Goggles. We got Safety Goggles earlier, so that's one less thing it needs. I'm actually going Shiny Beldum, because I like Shiny Metagross. Alright. We already have Rilo. We want Goomy, because we're going to be using Hisui and Goodra. That's a second Dragon Steel type. And Hisui and Goodra has very high special defense. So it's more or less the polar opposite of Archaludon. We do not do it shiny. I've seen it shiny and it looks like rainbow vomit, in my opinion. And then the last one we can get is Honedge. I cannot bring Honedge to Elite 4 because I used it in Mono Ghost. The Ghost Steel we bring to Elite 4, if we do, is Goldengo. Honedge. It is not a shiny. I do not like its shiny. I'm going to name Honedge Shadow. And by Shadow, I mean Cold Steel. Because Cold Steel Hedgehog, my OC, no steel, super edgy as fuck. Then we want to grab all the TMs. Which is one of the reasons why we get so much money early on, so I can get all the ones we need. Also tomorrow, we need to get a Piplup from the Egg NPC. Because competitive Empoleon can legit sweep the double battle in Silphco. It's extremely pog. We used it in Mono Water, and I'm gonna use it again here. I'd never brought Empoleon to Hall of Fame, so technically I could bring Empoleon to Hall of Fame this time around. But I don't think I'm going to. Okay, almost done. No. That's fine. Save. We are gonna look at a few more Palace Cats, and we are gonna find someone to raid out. VOD friends, lurkers, everyone who stopped by live, such as HQ. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I appreciate you being here, even if you say nothing. I hope you have a great rest of your Christmas and or Wednesday. I will see you all tomorrow. Stay safe, make good choices. It's going to be okay, and we are gonna get through this. Yes, and or Hanukkah. Absolutely important. Thank you for chiming in, HQ. We're gonna pull up one or two more Palace Cats, and then we're gonna find someone to raid. Okay, let's see. What do we have? When you need your back adjusted, but it's a palace cat. Big fan. 10 out of 10. He's probably helped many people with their back issues. Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's probably dead. The deadpan look on Bull's face. But I'm a big fan. You know he's got those murder mittens and he's just doing all sorts of adjustments to people. And then Polly probably eats them. What else do we have? This is Polly. She's working on her upper body exercises. I love when Manuel get long. They look so silly. Realistically, she was probably caught mid-jump because cats don't do pull-ups. It is not. We can absolutely do that. We have 4 minutes until the next ad break. So, you wanted the catnip one? Please tell me again what it was. Actually, I can scroll up. All right. I think I set it to either 1 or 2 per person with a total like 2 per stream. I'll end up changing it, so don't worry about that. We'll have this one on in the house.
So I'm pretty sure that Roscoe prescribed catnip for my migraine the other night.
Okay.
I get migraines often, but even though this one was particularly really bad, I still wanted to get up and model yes to show him that he was right.
Yes.
Okay. We're learning.
Catnip. You want some catnip?
Okay.
Does catnip help Roscoe head?
I thought he was asking for catnip for himself, so I went and got him some catnip. A couple minutes later, he comes back and checks on the untouched pile of catnip that I left him, and I'm still on the couch, having a difficult time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. All right.
Also, check out this back paw press coming up here.
Ooh.
Bye-bye.
Very fancy.
Catnip.
Oh, bye-bye catnip? Did you eat it all?
Head.
Hmm.
Head.
Mom head. Your mom should still ouch.
Ha! Nice.
But it's a lot better than that, huh? You check out your Roscoe, that's so sweet.
So, HQ, do you think the cats actually understand what buttons they're pressing, or is it like an imitation thing?
To make this any clearer for me, he keeps saying head and then looking at the catnip, because obviously pressing catnip didn't get me to eat it, so maybe looking at it would work.
Mel. Yes, Mom. No. Mom, medicine, no.
I don't know, tell me what you guys think. Did he just tell me to put catnip in my mouth for my headache?
Welcome back. Yeah, so I will likely end up doing a deep dive on the matter because it's intriguing. I find it interesting. Plus the implication kind of is scary that animals, and cats of all animals, because, you know, according to that one infographic from the oatmeal, if they were people, they basically would be genocidal maniacs with how often they kill prey animals, which is why cats are urged to stay in the house and not be outside cats. But yeah, it is wholly possible that this is a thing that they are doing, and they understand, and it's not fancy imitation like some other animals do. Oh yeah, cats absolutely do get a bad rap, but they are also absolutely menaces to their ecosystem, especially when they're invasive predators like in Australia. Thank you for showing me these videos regarding the cats. It's certainly interesting, and I do like the idea. Cat science, cats doing cat things. It's fascinating, and it's not something I would consider cats do, especially because it's always about, like, you know, dogs are service animals because cats don't fucking care. Like, you'd never see a seeing eye cat, but now you have these two videos of possible cat propaganda where Big Cat is helping their humans. And I think that's really, it's something one doesn't see all the time, because Big Dog is trying to keep Cat down, right? So we're going to find someone to raid out, and I will see you all tomorrow. For everyone who, if you're still here and you don't know, I stream every Monday through Thursday, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern. Today was shorter than usual because I need to finish dinner. I found someone to raid. We can absolutely get this, and hopefully they're doing well. They're doing a Nuzlocke, so it's probably going to be pain. Yes, thank you. You as well, HQ. I hope you sleep well, and I hope I'm able to interact with you, your sister, and your cats tomorrow. If not, have a great one, and I'm sure we'll talk to each other again soon. VOD friends lurkers, I extend you the same. Thank you kindly. We're gonna get through this, and it's going to be okay. Let's see. See you all soon.